There's a time and a place where automotive dreams come true, where dreams that have been faded for decades get a second chance. A chance to once again ride like the wind. Today, our elite team of professional and volunteer builders will find and rescue someone's pride and joy and give a new meaning to the term, search and restore. We all love cool cars and trucks, but building them isn't easy. Even under the best of circumstances, it takes a lot of time, tools, not to mention cash. But when unforeseen problems occur, taking on and finishing a major build can become almost impossible. Meet Tim Strange, an award-winning custom car builder chosen from hundreds of candidates to command the most important build in PowerBlock history. The theme, your ride, our dime. Joining Tim are some familiar faces and a slew of volunteer builders.
Hey guys.
Hey Mike.
Hey Tim.
Nice to see you again.
It's great to be here.
Why don't you meet our crew?
How you doing guys? Good to see you.
Hey.
Thanks again for bringing your Loctite crew and giving us some help on this project.
Yeah, it's an honor and privilege to be here. We all witness people experiencing setbacks in their everyday lives, so this is really a tangible way that Henkel and the Loctite brand can give back.
Why don't you introduce us to your crew?
Well, Tim, we have a great team of Henkel professionals here. Not only do they have experience in working on cars, but also they're great believers in the cause here today. We have Marybeth, Karen, Lauren, Evelyn, Mike, John, and Carlos. So whatever you need us to do, we're all yours.
We'll hold you to that. I think we have a really good candidate for this first project, so let's meet the family.
Hi.
Hi guys, we're the Wilsons. We just want to introduce ourselves and let you guys get to know us a little bit. 2-year-old.
Never a dull moment in this place. This is Andy Wilson and his 3 kids.
These are my trophies in my car.
7-year-old Gavin.
I want to say.
Emmett, who's 4. And 2-year-old Honey.
I got my daddy.
Together, they all share this small 5-acre farm in the Tennessee countryside and share a passion for anything on wheels, from the kids' toys to Dad's classic muscle.
This is my 67 Chevy II, and it'll be the one that I would love to have the makeover done on.
But the Wilson story is less about a neglected Nova than it is about the 17-year relationship the owners shared. Andy met Jessica Thatcher in 8th grade. The two were a couple all through high school. He loved cars and motorcycles. She had a passion for animals and was an avid rock climber. The romance led to marriage after high school. And 5 years later, they started a family. First Gavin, then Emmett. But when Jessie was pregnant with their 3rd child, they noticed something wasn't right.
She had horrible pain in her shoulder, up here. And, we were trying to figure out, did she pull it? Did she do something swimming? She got to hurting so bad that she asked me to take her to the hospital.
They transferred her to Vanderbilt University Medical Center where they ran some tests.
A couple of days later, they told her she had stage 4 colon cancer. And a year ago, she was the most healthy person in the world,
Jessica was induced at 7 months and gave birth to a small but healthy baby girl.
The cancer was so aggressive that it was growing even after chemo. You couldn't stop it. On November 4th, we had all the family come in and say the goodbyes, and then she left us.
That was 2 years ago. Since then, Andy left his construction job and opened up a shop on his property where he runs a small auto repair business. He's close to home and is able to raise his 3 kids as a single dad, taking it day by day.
I'm kind of lost without her. kind of feeling my way through life and trying to do the best I can. And, you know, if she were sitting beside me now, you know, I want to make her proud of the way I'm raising my kids and the life I'm trying to live for my kids.
It's pretty powerful stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tim, I can't think of a more deserving family.
As I look around, I can actually see some tears on some of these people's faces right now. So hopefully we can redo this old Nova for him and bring a little bit of cheer back to his life.
Let's make it happen.
As you can see, it's a white Nova, and when he bought it, it had this Casper decal in the back window, and he peeled it off and it still stayed in the window tint. And the kids love this car. They crawl around on it, they play in it, and they call it Casper by name, like it's part of the family with them. But it doesn't have a motor and tranny, so we're gonna need a lot of parts for this thing. So some of these guys, we get them to call our friends in the aftermarket and see if they want to donate to the project, and me and Kevin will go get it. Let's go,
great.
Kevin. Let's hit it.
Cancer has stolen a lot from a lot of people, and that's what I saw there. So happy that we maybe can bring some happiness into his life.
It's close to home, so I think it's a good cause, and the better we do on the car, the more happy the family's gonna be, and they'll be able to cruise together and hopefully bring back some old times. It's a neat deal.
You might think it's just a car, but I think it's going to be more than that. I think he needs something to spend time with his kids with. So it's just a car, but it'll keep them together. That's what's important.
Coming up, the guys see just how friendly of a build the Casper Nova will be. And later on, the thrash begins. With the family chosen and the guys on the road, our first search and restore find takes us to East Tennessee, just outside the town of Cookeville.
Well, from the pictures, the car looked pretty solid. What do you think we're going to find?
Yeah, it does. It looked really solid. Looks like it's been in out of the weather, sitting in a garage instead of a barn. Doesn't look like there's any animals been living in it, but you never know. So that magic moment is when we get it all in the shop and tore down and get it back from blast. That's usually when everything shows its head. Well, here we go. Let's go surprise them.
Let's do it.
No way.
Andy?
I am Andy.
Hey, it's Tim and Kevin from Search and Restore. We picked you. We love your story when we built your Nova for you.
Amazing.
How you doing, buddy? Congratulations.
Thank you.
When we first drove up, I'm not sure the Wilsons knew what to think. Andy later told us that his oldest boy actually went to get his BB gun because he thought somebody was coming to get all their stuff. It's what?
It's Casper.
Why is that?
Because that's the car's name, huh?
Is it white?
It's white.
We've seen some video on it and some pictures, so we kind of know what color it is.
Let's go look at this car. What do you
Let's
think?
go look at it. You want to?
This is awesome.
Now the kids wanted to look inside our empty trailer, so we gave them a quick tour. Here's the trailer we're gonna put Casper in and take it back to the studio. Then it was on to the garage to see the car for the very first time and get it loaded up and back to the shop. There it is.
Yep. This is Casper. Tim, this is nice and straight.
It is. Do you get back all the change that we find in the car?
Depends on how much.
Wow, looks pretty solid in here.
Holy.
A little bit of rust starting on the trunk lid, nothing too major.
Look, we get free labor. We get help.
I grew up around Novas. I had a Chevelle personally, but I had a couple buddies that had early model Novas. They're known for being really bad right through here, really rusty. This one's had a little bit of work done to it, but I think we can save it.
Man, I'm impressed with how solid this thing is, dude.
Before you wrote the letter and sent in the video, what were your plans to do with this Nova?
Well, I had a lot of plans. First off, I was going to V8 the car. Probably put a front clip in it, you know, lower it down.
Maybe some better brakes.
Yeah, disc brakes in the front.
Yeah.
On the rear end, put subframe connectors in, upgrading the rear end that was in it, or just going out and getting a 9-inch.
Well, I think you're going to be happy with what you're going to get back.
I'm super excited.
Cool.
One of those magic moments. It's kind of fun. Look at that. So how do you feel, man, with it going away?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm in a dream.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird for not to see it every day. Go say bye to Casper.
So you think the family's excited?
I think they're probably pretty excited, but also a little nervous about somebody taking their car away. And when we loaded it up, did you hear a little Emmett say,
Yeah.
"Bye-bye, Casper"?
That was cool.
Next, the team pokes and prods the Chevy II, then strips her bare in an exercise that can only be described as organized chaos.
On it.
All right, good.
I think it's rolling better than it did when it came in.
With the truck and trailer back from the road, it's time to crack the seal and see what our team is up against.
From what I can tell from the outside, it's rock solid, which is really going to save us.
I mean, not bad. Not bad at all. I don't think it even needs full quarters.
We have to find a way to keep the Casper.
Yeah, we gotta keep it. Absolutely.
Here's your tool you can use. All right. And you can have the Betty Boop floor mats.
Still got a quarter tank in it. I got that same shifter in the back of my Chevrolet.
It looks pretty good up here. Let's check out the bottom.
Let's get it on the lift.
You never know what to expect when starting a major rebuild like this, so a quick inspection is the first order of business. Paint can hide a lot, undercoating can too, or in the Nova's case, roofing tar.
I've never seen a vehicle with roofing tar smeared all over the bottom of it. The blaster's gonna have fun with that.
The guys think all that tar just may have preserved some good bones.
It's pretty sweet.
Solid car.
Everything's solid.
I think we got a good car to start with. We're gonna tear it all apart. We're gonna pull the glass off, all the doors off, the fenders, all the suspension, and put on the rotisserie, take it to the blast and get it all stripped down to bare metal. A couple people taking this off, somebody take this off, a couple people there, a couple people on that door.
Dan, where's our tools?
All of the boxes, the drawers, everything is labeled.
Yeah, some extensions.
I'm gonna take this bolt off, then you're gonna have this side. I still got a bolt on the other side.
You are on it.
It's coming apart really good. It's really solid. It's not very rusty. I don't think we've broke any bolts off.
Yeah, it's having a bit of a tough time getting this one bolt out here. What we're going to do is throw a little bit of anti-seize onto the threads that are exposed right now. So as it unscrews it, it'll help have a little bit of lubricant there to allow that fastener to come out a little easier.
That's pretty cool, man. You could actually feel it loosening up as it runs through the threads.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, pretty cool.
More forensics here with the glass out. Yes, it was blue. Rock solid, man.
Usually they start rusting right through here, start rusting that, and then on down.
Yep.
You got a good piece right here.
Lots of work to do in a little amount of time. This is where a thing called teamwork comes in.
I'm into motorsports and kind of anything with an engine. Most of what I learned about cars and about trucks was through watching PowerBlock and muscle car, horsepower, extreme 4x4 and trucks, and enjoy them all. I'm into all the aspects from street to the trail.
The Loctite guys have been a real big help to us. The ladies have been doing almost better than the guys, pushing them out of the way, getting right in there.
They're helping really good. As you can see, we have some labeling bags.
More baggies, rear right front fender bolts.
It may not look very important, but that is a very important job for the teardown to help assembly go that much better at the end.
Hey!
Back at the PowerBlock set, our build team is working to get the Nova torn down quickly for media blasting. Only then will they know exactly what's under 44-year-old sheet metal.
It's kind of cool deciphering these trim tags on here. It was built in Willow Run, Michigan. According to this, it's a 1967 Nova. We already knew that. It rolled off the assembly line as a plain Jane Chevy II with a straight six. It's going to be a whole lot more than that, though, when we're done with it. Now, back in the day, these Novas were just like Andy's, plain Jane, even though now they're considered classic muscle. The Chevy II was introduced in 1962 as a humble, affordable, family-style compact car. Chevy's exact words were maximum functionalism with thrift, whatever the heck that means. Maybe something like a boxy body for more interior space with a cheap four-cylinder engine. But to keep up with the Mustang, Chevy quickly added a V8 option, like the 327 you see in the 66 model. 350 horses. Basically, a Corvette engine and the lightweight Nova meant one thing: speed. 0 to 60 in 7 seconds, the quarter in 15. By 67, the demand for the Nova had died down. GM then put a lot of their eggs in the Camaro basket. And a year later, the model got a major overhaul with a more rounded body style, seen in the special edition Yenko. But for many, including our buddy Andy, the old body style of the Chevy II, well, that's the only Nova that matters.
World famous Eric Saliba Little Shop of Horrors signature edition cutter.
Okay, we're using these screw jacks because once we get that front clip assembly off, this thing will turn right over backwards.
Got any ratchet straps around here?
All you guys. Next step, take this out from under it, jack it up a little bit, roll the rotisserie under it, get it off to the blaster.
We got the car flipped from the rotisserie. Gives us the chance to be able to get it sideways and be able to work on it standing up, because there's so much roofing tar on the bottom of this car that the sandblaster probably can't remove it.
How clean do we have to get it?
Just got to get the majority of it off.
It's kind of a cheap way of undercoating for protection and sound deadener in a car.
Yeah, it's a joy to have a lot of people doing this kind of job. And it's stuff that's just got to be done if you want a nice ride.
We are starting to find a little bit more damage that kind of makes us nervous. There's some repair work or some patch work that somebody's did in the transmission tunnel and shifter area. The main sections of the floor still look really good. There's a patch over that wheel lip that somebody's put a quarter panel on this at one time. The fun part's gonna be the mock-up that's coming next week after it gets back from media blasting. That's the part that really makes it look like a project. When you put the new front suspension on, that motor and tranny, you start building exhaust, fixing all the body, you can finally see what your vision is for the project.
Next time on Search and Restore.
Worried guy.
Fears are realized when a solid Nova comes back as Swiss cheese. And with parts rolling in, the drivetrain takes shape.